Reflections on Lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. This course tells me that God did not create the world I see, and that only what God did create is real and has meaning. I always thought that what was real was something I could touch, something that really existed, something I could prove was true. But that's not the way this course talks about reality. This is a different way of seeing things, a different way of seeing God. God is not up there somewhere making things happen down here like a puppet master. This is a higher way of seeing things. The lesson has me looking at all the horrible things that happen in the world. Plane crashes and wars and natural disasters, and saying about each one, God did not create that, so it is not real. I'm starting to get that God did not create the physical world or anything that happens in it. He didn't create my body. He didn't create my illness. I can't say enough how helpful that's been for me. It says here that what God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist, like me, like the real me, who I am beyond the body, everything that does exist exists as He created it. I am and will always be what God created me to be. Spirit, a love that is not of this world. I want to take a moment to just breathe that in. Let me remember that everything I see comes from the thoughts I think about it, and that my spiritual eye offers me a different way of seeing. The goal here is to let go of the thoughts that I've written on the world and see the words of God in their place. I save myself from myself when I allow myself to see higher. My view of everything is changing now. I've begun to realize how often I'm making shit up and scaring myself, just like I did when I was a kid, just like I did yesterday when Randy saw Running Buddy drop by and I was afraid. I thought maybe he'd stir up some trouble. But the trouble was all in my head because I wasn't in my God mind about it. This lesson tells me that what God did not create can only be in my own mind apart from His. I'm putting that line in my pocket. What God did not create can only be in my own mind apart from His. What is it they say? Don't walk the streets of your mind alone. I'm not alone. God is in my mind. I'm glad I get that. So yesterday I asked the Holy Spirit, the voice for God in my mind, for help. And it was really cool. I saw right away that my fear was a call for love. And I was able to love myself and get over it. That's the goal here. When this course talks about salvation, that's it. Love saves me from fear. Peace saves me from conflict. A sense of knowing that I'm safe at home in the heart of God, no matter what happens here, that saves me from being defensive. I love when these lessons come to life for me and I'm able to do some practical application with them. They're here for me to use, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm learning to let go of the fear thoughts that I've written on the world and seeing the words of God, the words of love in their place. Doing that can help me through anything that disturbs me today. I'll use that practice line. God did not create a meaningless world. He did not create this situation, so it is not real. God did not create a meaningless world. I gave it the meaning it has for me. The world I see is not reality. I give it the meaning it has for me. I give it the meaning it has for me.